All right, folks, we're here. Ta-da! We've got quite a lot. All this, then we've got all this. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, my name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. And this week is exactly that. It's me bringing you along day by day as I build this business. And in each day, I'm solving problems, I'm making decisions, I'm figuring out how to continue to make progress, how to figure out processes, and I take you along the journey as I do the work and as I learn and figure out how to scale my eBay business. And look, along the way, if you have a question, by all means, please just ask. Drop a comment down below. More than happy to continue the conversation or answer any questions that you may have. This is year 4 of me doing this business. And in this particular week, things get real. This week is jam-packed. We did a lot of things, and for me, there's a lot of things which probably show my vulnerable side, and that is really where we kick off from. I get pretty real. I have something that I need to get off my chest just because of just some really crazy things that have occurred, and I just wanted to share that with you because the reality is, though, that that's not really part of the business. It is part of me sharing this journey, and I do find it quite surprising and obviously disappointing. So I want to share that with you. I also take you through my biggest purchase yet for clothing, and actually since doing this journey, I've spent the most. It's the largest quantity. It's actually 500 kilos of clothing, and in doing so, there's a lot of challenges that have come from that. I've figured out a few new friction points, and it's really put me into a bit of a spiral of figuring out my next problem to solve, or it's given me a problem to figure out next. And with that, obviously, comes a bit more planning and a lot more thinking for the next stages of the business. We also dive into a little bit of stock take and finishing up for FY24 and trying to make sure that I do finish this financial year strong as we are coming up to tax time. And it's also a chance to start from zero again as we move into July 1st for FY 2025. So it's a very busy week, lots of things happening, lots of challenges. We do a little bit of thrifting. I think we went to Savers for one day. We even sold some of the stuff that we purchased as well. So if you stick around, I'll take you through all those details. Of course, I will touch on the lessons before the end of the week. I do have an update on Australia Post's price increase that is coming in July. I've got a little table there if you want to have a look at it. And of course, if you stick around right to the end, I do take you through the financials for this week alone, but also for finishing up May 2024, which blows my mind of where we've got to, and I can tell you that it's been my best month yet for this year. So lots in this episode. Let's get into it. It's Monday. Good morning, folks. What is going on? And to tell you, it is freezing. Like, my hands are icy cold. It's it's fresh. It's only 5 degrees. I know people probably up in New South Wales or Canberra probably feeling it a lot more than we are, but this is frosty business. Folks, it's been a pretty good weekend. That's why I'm pretty chirpy, just because it's always nice to be able to finish up a weekend and start the week strong with some coming out of a quick or a big win of a week. We did about 6.5, I think it was $6.3 thousand last week, which was really good. And we've kicked off today, and I think we're already sitting on about 700, 800. Had a really big sale just come through before, and we've gotten over 66,000. Hopefully it will still be there by the time I show you later. So it's been an amazing weekend, amazing last week. Finally it picked up over the weekend, and we also have we're doing pretty good for the month as well, and we're coming into the end of the month. So there's a few things which are really good. There's a lot of good things happening, which I'm very grateful for. However, I hate to say it, there's also some negatives, right? I'm going to get pretty frank right now. I'm going to be very honest because it's how I feel, and I think it's a very important conversation. I'm very sick and tired of the people that go out of their way to hate and to troll. And I know I've spoken about this a few times, and whether people do it to make themselves feel better, or they're just pathetic, or hurt people, or they've got their own issues and they're taking it out on me, or I don't know, maybe they're just jealous. You probably are just jealous, to be honest, or you're just sick in the head. Because I had something pretty psychotic, like psycho happen. It's pretty next level, and it makes me feel sick because to think that someone takes their time to do this for whatever reason, to get off on over it. I don't know. But it's just, guys, it's got to stop. It's just disgusting. So if that's you, like, I do feel sorry for you, and I hope you're okay, because you need help. You need help. That's the reality of it. I'm happy to have a conversation with you if you do need help. My whole motto is to help people further their lifestyle, right? Like, everything I try and do is, I'm documenting my journey. It's my journey. I am talking about what I am doing. But in the reality of, I'm trying to be as open, authentic, and real about it. You know, what I go through, what I struggle with, my big wins, my little wins, all those things. I do this with my running, I do this with my podcast, I do this with my YouTube, and I do this on my YouTube as well, but I do it with my business. It just blows my mind. So what actually happened, give you a bit of context, is I've released a survey, a wait list for people that are genuinely interested in getting some product services. I'm working with my team member on maybe making this offering available for other people. We're going to do it as a bit of a different kind of side business. But we wanted to actually see, is it worth our time actually diving in and building some processes and things like that for other people. Before we go spend all this time, we wanted to kind of understand from you, the community, if this is something that is of interest to you. So I do have this survey, I have this wait list, you can go check it out in the description below. And if that sounds like you, go do it. But the reality is, someone come along and they've filled out the details pretending to be me. So they've put in my email address, they've put in mocking answers, which I've taken personally, because everything that I'm asking, they've tried to insinuate that, they've tried to imply that it's of mockery, or like, you know, we have a question and there's like, what is your current biggest problem that you're struggling with at the moment? And they've put social media, which is true. I do struggle with social media in the sense of, like, there's a lot of sickos on there and they just do really negative things. But they also, you know, they got a bit personal and they put my eBay store name on it, and it just felt a bit threatening, and it felt like it crossed a line, because to someone go out of the way, put my email address, it almost felt like, they're trying to threaten me or try to scare me, whatever it may be. And look, I'm not gonna lie, it's made me feel really, really uncomfortable. So if that was your intent, good job. You did a really good job with that, but it's just disgusting and pathetic. So look, that has really played with me mentally, because I just can't comprehend that someone, like a human, a person who has emotion and feelings, would go out of the way to do this, whether it's just for fun or it's just as a joke. Again, it's not funny, it's not a joke, and you don't understand what people are going through, what they're dealing with in their life. Anyway, my little rant over there. I just wanted to call that out because I'm sick of it. Like, I love my community, I love you guys. I don't know who this person is, they did it anonymously. And I really appreciate that I can have these conversations with you, but I also want to have these conversations to make sure people understand that this is the reality of whether it's doing life, whether it's doing social media, whether it's doing YouTube. And I've had the comment, it's like, oh, you got to expect this, you're on YouTube, what do you expect? It's like, well, yeah, I get it, but I also, it wasn't by YouTube, it was by Instagram. But what I expect is, like, if people have an issue, come chat to me, right? Like, let's not be so immature and be keyboard warriors and hide behind, I'm just going to let this person hide behind, you know, a screen just to make yourself feel big or strong about yourself. Anyway, jeepers, a truck nearly hit another truck. This is tense. Anyway, I digress. So if that's you and you want to chat and you need some help, I'm happy to chat with you. I'm happy to help you. I've moved on from it, as much as it made me feel really uncomfortable. If you need some help, let's help. Let me see if I can help you. Okay? All right, so today's plan. Can't get that off my chest. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest because it's just been brewing. Today's focus is pick, pack, and post. I've got 52 orders to go out, and by the time I finish, there's probably going to be 3 or 4 more. So that's really the priority, and then it will just be getting out stuff to photo and list. Tomorrow we have 500, it's about 500 kilos, probably more or less, probably end up being around 470 of clothing arriving tomorrow. That's probably not till after lunch. Carla and I are going to actually go do a savers trip just in the morning, just to chill while we've got some time to do that. We'll catch up for lunch, and then we're going to come back and start to get into all that. And then I'll have a pick, pack and post and all that jazz as well. So that's tomorrow. That's today and tomorrow. Wednesday, it will be prepping for a washing pickup on Thursday, and then Thursday will be a washing pickup, and then just normal stuff as well in the business. And yeah, I think that's really it. And then Friday is just going to be BAU as well. So a lot of moving pieces this week. I mean, it is business as usual. It's just more than probably what I've done in the past. This purchase will be my biggest purchase I've ever done. And then end of month activities. So we've got to do stock take. We've got to also do a consolidation this week. Just, make sure I've got everything for the final month of the financial year. Those are the kind of things that I'm working on this week. It's going pretty busy. It's always busy. But yeah, I appreciate that you can be here. You can hang out with me. If you do have questions, comments along the way, chuck them down below. We're going to dive into it now. I've got my coffee as well here. Shout out to eBay. You guys have changed my life. And yeah, let's make it happen. Alright, let's get set up. Take this one. He goes all the way down here. And then you go in here. Crazy. Woohoo! And this one goes in here. Alright, I've actually got some things to share with you. I've got some pretty cool stuff over the weekend, so give me a second. I picked up another cash flow. Kid you not, it's incredible. Paid $5 for that at Vinnie's. Then we got a pair of Dickies. Don't really find a lot of these in the thrift. I got one of those. And then we've got a couple of R.M. Williams shirts, which is pretty cool, just bread and butter stuff. Another one here, nice pink salmon. And also got a Ralph Lauren. Actually, this is a Lauren Ralph Lauren, so the lower end. And then this one, I just thought I'd give it a go. Called Draft Day, little digital camo top. So, got to get them out for the photographer. We're gonna get straight into it today, pretty much. Just getting set up while I talk to you. A lot of things to go out. Which is incredible because you can never have too many of these kind of days or weekends. Need more of them, to be honest. We lost you there. Are you all right? Jeepers. So I'm going to quickly show you what we've got going out in terms of totals and things like that, and then I'm going to get cracking into it. So look at this. We hit 66,609, which is just insane. Someone actually just purchased something when I was driving in here, and we've got 52 items to go out as well. They've purchased some Lego, which I've had for ages, and they've paid $540 and $45 postage. So thank you, whoever you are. Actually, I wonder where it's going. Please be local. Don't like sending big Lego to far places in Australia. It's going to, holy jeepers, Northern Territory. Brutal. Anyway, I'm going to start to get all that stuff out. I'll take you through it as well. I'm just going to set some things up for the photographer before they get here. Yeah, I'll show you all the stuff we're doing because there's quite a lot. So I'll see you in a jiffy. All right. That was a lot of stuff to get out. I'm going to start out here actually. So we've actually sold this huge roller coaster Lego. This is the big one. It went for big bucks. So that was some retail arbitrage. I've had it for a couple of years actually. They've sold this big boy. I've got a couple of phones here, some bundles. That guy's massive. We've got the Max Payne collector set. Got to give that a bit of a wipe down. But a few other bits and bobs. This is just a case. That's gone for $50. That's gone overseas for about $134. That's gone to Israel. Overseas. This is just a little tape player. Got some DS games, camera. Got this big unit here, the Samsung unit. That's gone for 180. I think it was 160, somewhere around there. And then we have lots of clothing going out. There's going to be some interesting conversations around some of the clothing in here today that I will show you once I get to them, because there's one in here that I picked up last week that I showed you. I think it was last week. Might have been the week before. I had no idea what it was worth. I thought it was worth $40. It's gone for like just under $400. Anyway, we'll talk about that when I get to it. We've also got that jacket going out as well. Let's get cracking. Alright, so here's an interesting one. I've had someone purchase this little, it's like a tactical camo shirt, jumper, jacket, overshirt, and then they've also purchased a Tom Clancy's Division 2. This is the teddy bear plush toy. So I just love that people come and buy multiple things like this, totally random stuff. I mean, it's not random to them, but like it's random to me, because usually they buy 2 pairs of clothes, but not a plush or a collectible. Anyway, I've got $90 for both of these, so I'm super happy with that. So this one's a pretty cool one. This is a Ralph Lauren polo winter knit, and it's got a couple of reindeers on it. Really good for Christmas in July. I sold another one also similar to this, not with the Christmas vibe, but just a nice big jumper knit. This one's gone for $114, and the other one that I've just packed here has gone for $50. So about $160 for the two. Very happy with that. All right, this is the one that blew my mind. So the other week, when I had to step out because they were doing a walkthrough of the storage facility, I went to Salvo's, and hang on, I need to sneeze. All right, so I went to Salvo's, and we picked up a whole bunch of different things. It was like a Mac pack, Adidas Arsenal jacket, and this is the one. I think I paid like $7 for it, $8 for it, and I thought it was going to be a quick, into 40, because I've sold similar ones before, but not this one. I did the research on it. Well, sorry, I worked with my lister. He put it up. I then put in some of the keywords to just validate the pricing. And this thing was like selling between $300 and $400, which is just, what the heck? Anyway, I had it listed for $400, best offer. Someone offered me $300, and they've paid after taxes $383.05, and it's going to, I think it's going to the UK. So yeah, just insane. Just insane. All right, postage is almost done, folks. We're just going to do a quick little run to Bunnings and see if I can get something a bit more that size and something a bit more that size, because the boxes I had are off by a couple of millimeters, and then something for that size. And Bunnings is literally around the corner. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to also grab some nice warm coffees, and fingers crossed we will get the boxes I need. I do have bigger boxes. I'm just trying to save on postage because they are big items, and well, you get the vibe. Right, I'm gonna go do that. All right, we've got the 2 big ones done here. Now we just got this one to do, and then we're done. Actually, then there's 2 more orders that have come through, but they're just close. So, all right, team, we're done. 2 bags full and another trolley full of boxes. This is probably the most I've ever actually posted before. Definitely was the most in terms of cost. But I think one thing that people probably forget, and I've gone through this process numerous times, is when you do have an uptick of volume, you soon realize where your friction points are, because you're not used to doing such volume. So for instance, when I used to only post 5 things after a weekend, it was, it wasn't too bad. And then I remember when I had 14 and I had to do it Monday morning, and that was all of a sudden double. And then you soon learned where things went wrong. Well, today we've done it was a total of 60 packages, sorry, 60 orders, but then after all the combined, it came down to about 54. Still 80% of that is clothing, but then there was a lot of non-clothing, and then there was a lot of bundles as well. And obviously these big things, the Lego and stuff, takes a lot of care and a lot of effort. But yeah, I mean, this is, it's taken me a long time. It's taken me a good 4 hours. I mean, I did stop in between to go get some boxes and stuff, but definitely shows me where there's some improvements that can happen. And it's not about packing it more efficiently, it's more around the things around you that make it quicker, such as the bubble wrap or the things that you're putting things into, being able to grab things, do you have boxes in stock and things like that. So yeah, good little lesson actually, and the only way to learn this is to experience it. I'm going to have some lunch, do a little bit of planning, and then I've got to do a bit of stock take. I don't think I'm going to get any photos done today for myself, because I've also got to drop this off to my guy because he's not going to fit this in his car. Good problems. Something different today, I've actually got my avocado cheese and leftover roast pork, so even better. Lunch is done. Next focus point is we're actually going to go through some of these, and we'll do a stock take of one bay. We're actually out of the boxes and they haven't arrived yet, so we actually need a few more boxes to keep cycling through. So we're going to go through one of these. We're going to do the stock take anyway, and we'll finalize all the rest of this at the end of the week. But just going to do that quickly, and then I might sneak in a couple of photos of some things, and then I'll be done. Whew. All right, folks, did a quick little stock take. I ended up getting, I think, must have been about 10 boxes out. We found more stuff that wasn't listed, and I've actually discovered why. It was around the time when I was having the, when I had the heart issues and I was sick, and I had to take time off, and then I went away, and then I had COVID. So there was like a couple of weeks there where a whole bunch of stuff I wasn't listing. So this stuff just never made it through. It's been sitting in here for young. So a whole bunch of shirts, more shirts. These are just tees, just low end tees, nothing crazy. Probably good like market sellers, to be honest, like $20 tees. So I've pulled all those out. There was about 116 items. And then I've gone through, done a bit of a triage of what I'm going to keep, keeping about 31, and put them back through the system. And the others I'm just gonna move. So if you are interested in potentially some tees, like just Nike, Adidas, Reebok, a few others, they're just low end, medium, large, small. There's a couple of pair of shorts and things in there as well. Let me know. Look, I might have already sold them by then, but there's a lot of moving pieces this week. They may be available. Again, probably not best for eBay unless you're getting them really cheap. I'll probably be selling them anywhere between, if you're just wanting to handpick, they'll be $10 a piece. If you were buying them all, it'd be $5 a piece. Again, probably better for markets. I'm going to get out of here. I've got to pack up, get out of here. I've got to drop all of this off to the post. It's just going to take a little bit, and then I'm done. Ciao. Folks, welcome to Tuesday. It is absolutely beautiful morning. We're actually heading out. We've got a few errands to run this morning. We're also going to nick into Savers, and we're also going to have some lunch or some brunch, have a barmy. I'm excited. And then at around probably 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere between there, getting my biggest clothing order ever, probably about 500 kilos. So we're getting all that, and then we'll start to process some of that today. I actually have a customer coming to get some as well. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a half fun, half work kind of day. Yeah, I mean it's all fun. This is actually the funnest part of the business. I love when I get all the clothing and the bales and stuff, because it's like going thrifting, but it's all coming to you. So but yeah, very excited to be able to give this a go, because there's going to actually be, I think there's 3 new types of categories that I've never done before. I probably won't get to that today because I'm focusing on some quick win stuff today, but this order does have a whole bunch of stuff that I've never done before in it, so very exciting. Anyway, I'll talk you through that a little bit later, and also as I progress through that over the next couple of weeks. So that's today. We'll go to Savers. Look, going to Savers, yes, to source, but it's not like we need to source because I've got lots of clothing coming, but we're out anyway, so we figured why not. I've got some donations to drop off as well, so see if we can get some quick wins there and have some fun along the way. So yeah, and we got Carla, so even better. Woo. Why are you here, babe? Just for the snacks, or?
For the snacks, for the option.
Yep. All right, we'll see you at Savers, folks, and then we'll see you a little later. Wish us luck. Here we go. Alright folks, we did manage to get not too much at Savers. It was really, actually there wasn't really too much in there. We did get a total of 8 items, did I say? And we paid a total of $99.20 divided by 8 should be like, yeah, $12.40 a piece. So a bit more than what I'd like, but hey, it's bread and butter stuff. Should tick over. All ASP of around $40 or so. There was the Ben 10 DVD set that I got that should get probably about $50. And otherwise there wasn't anything crazy. I think the best thing out of there was probably the polo shirt, and there was also the polo linen pants, Ralph Lauren. So there was one little thing that I got called a Tabitha, which I've seen sell pretty high, really slow sitter, but it was a little woolen, what do you call it, like a jumper jacket?
It's a jacket.
Yeah. So yeah, not too bad. We're gonna go have some food, and then it's time for the 500 kilo clothing haul. Let's do it. Ciao. All right, folks, we're here. Ta-da! We've got quite a lot. All this, then we've got all this, and then we've got all this, and then we've got this. Just a bit. You excited? All right, we're gonna have to do a bit of a shuffle and just figure out some things. All right, I finally got all the bales put away. Now we're just opening up one. We're actually starting to count, process. We'll do all this one, and then I've got one more over there that I'm gonna do. And that will probably be it for today. I do have a customer coming around today, and then I'm gonna do a pick, pack, and post. So just going through, checking, counting, seeing what's in there, getting an idea. These ones will actually go for washing. They're getting picked up on Thursday. Woohoo! All right, team, this is all done. There ended up being about 200 and something items here. I did have a customer come through, purchase a few things. Now I'm just doing a pick, pack, and post. So to give you a bit of an idea of what we're going at, it's been quiet since Monday. It actually kind of chilled or quieted down, but we are on 66,354. We've got 15 items going out, and got to send out quite a few offers as well. So I'm gonna pick, pack, and post this. Well, actually we've already picked it. We've got, sorry if I'm talking real fast and quicker. It's about 3 o'clock and we just got to get a few things done. Got a few different pants and some True Religion and things going out. So yeah, I'm gonna get that done now. Okay, so the Dragonlance video, Dragonlance book that's going out that I showed you guys before, it's now packed up in here. I've had a lot of people asking the last week about how do I do the international stuff. So I'm going to explain how we do this. So I use My Post Business. You have to follow the instructions on the My Post Business when you fill it out. They ask for your weight of the item, the weight of the box with the item in it, or the weight of the whole package. And you got to fill that out and put it on here, right? So you know what it is. So for in case this one weighed 190 without the box, and then it weighed 300 grams with the box. So that's what those details are there. And then when you fill out, I'm not going to show you this because it's got some of the details on it, but when you fill out the details on Australia Post, My Business, it's just like filling out locally. There's just a few more additional things you have to fill out. For instance, you have to add the tariff number. It will automatically generate that if it's a novel. You got to make sure that you include any tax numbers, or if they've paid VAT as well, that needs to go on there. But otherwise, basically then this needs to go on here. Now there's only one of these. Sometimes you have multiple versions of this, but what I use is this little, you can get these from your local Australia Post. It's just this little slip thing. So I put it in here. I'm going to show you this. It just goes in there, right? You can probably see that. Bit of an angle, sorry. It goes in like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to on there. So I'm going to do that right now. If you can see this, so I'm just going to peel it. Goes on like that. Then you pull off the other one. And it goes on like that. And that's how you do international. Just like that. Now there was another question also for how do I send the electronics? Well, when you send something that has to be road transport only, you can also get stickers from the Australia Post that has road transport only. Now, when you print it out on the printer, when you do it on the form on the Australia Post My Business, there's a little button that says, does this have dangerous goods? You still press no. The reason why is because if you press yes, you have to just take this actually to Australia Post, and then all they're going to do is just put this sticker on it. So what you do is you press no, it does not include any dangerous items. When you print out the sticker, you put it on here, and then you've got one here to remind you, and then you get another one of those stickers and you just put it over where the signature section is, and you override that with the road transport only. That's how you do it. I'll show you that in a second. So this is the one right here. We're going to bring it over here. We've put it here like that, as you can see. All right. And then what we're going to do is grab another one of these stickers. They just come in these little boxes, and you just stick it on. Just trying to avoid people's addresses and stuff. And you're going to put it right there. So it's like that. Ta-da! That's how you do it. We're done. We just packed up, and I realized I hadn't shown you what we got from Savers. So we got this little Ben 10 guy. We also got a couple of little nice little things here. We got little Levi's. These guys are replay vintage, like chino twill pants. They're from Italy. Some Ralph Lauren linen cotton pants. Just a pair of Wranglers. Pair of army khakis. We got the Tabitha little jacket. We got a Ralph Lauren polo. That's it. So just some bread and butter stuff. Pretty happy with this. Didn't want to leave you guys hanging, not knowing what we got, because my photographer will do those tomorrow. That's it, team.
Ciao.
See you tomorrow. Ciao. Folks, it is Wednesday. What's going on? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Whether you've watched this the whole way through, or maybe you've come back halfway through and you're just getting back here and you're starting with me on Wednesday. Just finished up at Backpack for Vic Kids. Pretty good there, actually. We're just finalizing the details for the charity fundraiser they'll be running for the next, by the time you're seeing this video, it'll be starting this week from the June the 5th, running all the way up until around the 25th, 27th of September. So all those details will be coming out of video at the time of this video this same week. And we're gonna get cracking on that. So just been finalizing some prizes and some giveaways and things like that. And yeah, so getting that all sorted. Today, the plan. So yesterday we got the big 500 kilo lot of clothing. It was a bit of a chaos. That's why I was kind of moving around real quickly because time and things like that. So today the focus is we're gonna process a bunch of that for washing. We started doing that yesterday, but the goal is to actually get those bags made up. Probably be 10 bags of clothing to be washed. Once we've done that, that will be picked up on Thursday. My other focus today is I've got to do a pick, pack, and post. Can't remember how many orders we've got. We've got about 16, I think it was about 6. So we'll get cracking on that as well. It's actually been pretty quiet since yesterday. Just totally died off, which is, you know, roller coaster rides. And then there's something else that's kind of top of mind at the moment. So I need to make some more changes just to make things flow better. So getting that haul yesterday reveals to me, I mean, it's not a haul, it's a bit more than my normal purchase that I make, but it's revealed to me some things that need to change in terms of, you know, I can't keep processing that much volume in the space that I am. So, you know, one of my goals, I've spoken about it, is getting a warehouse, so I need to think about doing that, but there's still a few little levers that I need to have right before that makes sense, which is slightly a bit more profit in the margin side of things, net profit, but also just cash flow, positive cash flow and things like that. So, I mean, going into a warehouse is probably going to cost a fair bit of capital uptick, which is expected. I don't want to have to do that as much as possible, but I think I might be forced to do that just to make things more productive. But one of the other things that I think in the interim that I need to change is just some of my workflow schedule days. And what I mean by that is, what I'm finding is, since we have been growing, Mondays is really just posting and, that takes a lot out of me, so I'm not really productive doing photos and listings afterwards. But I have my photographer doing it, and I've got my lister, but it does take a lot out of me because I'm spending a lot of time doing that. But the other thing is, that's that day. Then Tuesday, it's usually me just in the shop. Wednesday, it's a half day. Thursday, usually just me, and then Friday is usually myself and a half day of my worker. Also have my worker on Wednesday. But I'm thinking about changing up how I'm divvying up the days and what I'm doing. One of my goals is I want to do less work at home, which is, easier said than done, because I'm always thinking about, numbers and planning and things like that. But I think my point is, what I'm trying to get to is I want to make some changes so that there's certain days where I'm also doing clothing as well. I want to double down on the clothing listings and photos. At the moment, I've only got one setup where one person can do it. I want to double that. If I double that, and it means we can start to elevate our listings per day in terms of the same categories going up, I think we should be able to start to see that 20, 30, 40% uptick of volume, and which should lead to revenue, which should lead to profit. But scheduling those days right. I think some days I need to have as non-clothing days where I'm doing the electronics, doing the collectibles and things like that, because I have a lot of it, and I'll continue to get a lot of it. But I'm also getting a lot more clothing, and I need to be processing that quicker and more effectively. If I had a warehouse, I do have a plan of how I would probably do that. But at the moment, I don't have a warehouse, so I need to work through the best way to do this in the short-term interim. And when I say short-term, I'm probably saying 3 to 6 months, probably 6 months more likely. But hey, if a good opportunity comes along around a warehouse situation and all that, I will jump on it. And I've gotten to this point from those opportunities revealing themselves. So I will continue to work under that approach. I'm getting ready for it, and I know that that opportunity will arrive when it needs to arrive, as much as it scares me as well. All right, so big chat on that. Big changes. So I'll be doing a little bit of thinking and planning on that today. I'll probably do that over when we have some lunch with my photographer today. We'll probably do a little bit of brainstorming. I always talk to Carla about these things as well, so we'll probably chat about that later this week too. But yeah, just what's really top of mind. I'm on my way to go pick up a coffee for my photographer, and we'll go back to the unit, and then we'll get cracking into the day. It's exciting times. I was chatting to my mate Ingo from Backpacks, and he was telling me how, like, a year ago when we did a trip up to, I think it was Swan Hill or wherever it was, it might have been somewhere else, maybe it was Horsham actually, and he was telling me how I was talking about how, I want to be able to have all this space, or have a warehouse, or have another storage unit, or imagine when I have a bigger order. And he was just saying how quickly that's come around, because yesterday getting 500 kilos, and I really need a warehouse, I need a forklift, or just things to be able to move things properly. And reflecting on that, like, that's the other thing I think we forget to do, is really just taking a moment to breathe it all in and really see how far we've come. Because I am pushing super hard and looking forwards always, but you got to look at the moment and appreciate what we've achieved today. And another big shout out I want to give is to look, I won't reveal names in case I don't want to. I don't know, that's personal, but I've had quite a few people reach out, send me some really, really nice messages. Been getting some amazing comments from you guys, just enjoying the journey and documenting and all that. But I got a couple of voice messages, and I had some people send me some DMs as well, which I really, really appreciate. And those that have actually reached out regarding that situation that happened with the form, and people, just stepping over lines and being really rude. There was a lot of people that did reach out and talk to me about that. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, the ones that have, sent me messages saying that, they're really enjoying the journey, it's helping them, or keeping them accountable, or motivating them, or they've learned so much. At the end of the day, that's really all I'm trying to do. I mean, look, I'm not going to lie. This content is about me, my journey, what I'm doing, and how I'm trying to achieve what I want. And I'm not necessarily taking you through guides. I'm not necessarily, taking you through all the literal steps, but I am talking you through my mind and what I'm dealing with and what I'm thinking about and what I'm trying to achieve. And I think you can learn a lot from that. I know you can. But it's really not about me in the sense of, like, I want you to watch me to see me. I'm doing this content to keep me accountable, to make sure I am growing, and it keeps me honest, and it gets me excited, and it helps me also be able to reflect back and see where I was. So it is, I know that might be a bit of a cliche to say that I'm doing this content for me, or it's not about me, but even though that I am doing the content and it is about me, I hope that makes sense, because it does come across confusing. Anyway, short of it is, I really do appreciate every one of you that are watching, that commenting, supporting, sending me messages. It means the world to me. And some days I need it more than others, I tell you, cheapers. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go. I need to have some water, my mouth's getting all hot, and we will talk soon. All right, folks, at the shop now, starting to process all this. Also got some, actually, yeah, it was only about 5-6 orders, which is a bit weird, bit quiet, but it is what it is. Take you through those in a second. So we've got a total of 5 orders, and we're back down to 66,026. It's been very quiet. Bit of a drop off. Really just bread and butter. We've got some jeans, some track. Actually, they're trousers and pants, and a whole bunch of Looney Tunes Tarzos, which are going over to the USA. So that's pretty cool. That's it. I'm going to get that happening, and then get back over to sorting the clothing. Alright team, all bagged up. Some of these are all fluffy, so just got to go for a bit of a different process with those. These will go in the next batch, because I'm only sending 10 bags. These are all the bags that will get picked up tomorrow. They'll come back Monday. We have so much stuff. So I'm going to pack all this away in here, get it all shuffled up, and then put them in a hidey hole. And then I'm going to start to prep for tomorrow and getting stuff out ready for photos, and let's probably call it a day. Yep. All right, team, we are all done. Got a whole bunch of stuff for tomorrow, just to make sure that I'm ready and equipped to get started as soon as I get in. Well, after I've done the pick, pack, and post. Washing is half divided between there and then and then here as well. It's things are getting a little chockers again. I'm done. I'm out of here. Ciao. Folks, it is Thursday. We're here already. I can't believe how quick this week is going, and I kind of feel out of it for 2 reasons. One, I do feel a bit out of it. I actually didn't run this morning because I don't know, some of the family's been a bit unwell as well, so I feel like I'm lingering with something, so just really being cautious. A couple of reasons. I've got my run this Saturday. I've got a 15k trail run, first race event for the training season, and then Carla's got she's got an interview today, and she's also going back to the Philippines next week. So just trying to make sure everyone's healthy and fit for everything that's going on. A bit out of it also is because we didn't have nachos on Tuesday, so I'm out of routine, but we're having nachos tonight, so that's always exciting. So today is Thursday. What are we doing? We've got a washing pickup probably between now and 10 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock right now. I've just dropped Carla off at the train station. So I'm heading into the shop, get all the washing picked up. Basically, I'll just get that put onto the trolleys and get that ready to go. And then I'll start to do a pick, pack, and post. And then once I've done all that, it's really just a day of doing photos and listings, etc. Got to do a few little admin things here and there. And basically we'll be here until Carla needs to be picked up from the station again. So yeah, feeling pretty tired this morning. Just like I said, just feeling a little bit off. So just going to be mindful, playing it safe, and probably just done a lot this week. So all the moving of the bales has been pretty tiring, and probably all the dust, you know, sorting it all and whatnot. Today's weather's really weird. It's like 20 degrees already. It's 9 o'clock. It's cold wind, warm air. It's all stuffed up. This triggers me with like getting weird nose and a bit of headaches and things like that. So just, yeah, when you know your body, you got to work with what you know how to do, right? Yeah, so that's it. Come along for the journey. I'll keep you updated along the way. Really just need to push through a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, one thing that I said yesterday is that I need to change some things. There's some friction points I'm frustrated over, I guess is probably the better word. Well, you know, there's a few things that I need to change. I need to get more listings up, and I was chatting with my photographer yesterday of how can we do that? How can we get more photos? And it's about, I need to change up some of my scheduling of my days, of what I'm prioritizing, what days I'm doing it. I'm probably going to get back into doing a bit more clothing, on certain days. Like today would be a perfect day to do clothing because it's just me there. I have no photographer. Idea is I just want to be able to do rinse repeat activities, don't have to do testing or anything like that. However, those testing items or like those other items like the electronics and collectibles, they do have a higher ASP, so I do need to do them, but I feel like they're a quicker win kind of day, so they should be done on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and probably Fridays. And I'm thinking maybe I'll focus on doing, you know, volume of clothes on the Tuesdays and Thursdays when it's just me at the shop. And then if I do have Carla with me at any time, she can help do, you know, other stuff as well. So that's really just what's been going through my head. Always changing, always thinking. This month is shaping up to be, it's the 30th of May, shaping up to be our highest net profit that we've done for probably not 2024, but we're getting close to it. We've done really, really well this month because we just managed things a little bit better. So excited to see where we land tomorrow. Anyway, I'll take you through all that. Actually, you probably get to see all those details at the end of this video. So anyway, let's go to the shop. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And we're here. We're all ready to rock and roll. So just basically waiting for the message for when my washer arrives. I'll take all that down. In the interim, I'm going to start getting stuff out ready to pick, pack and post. I will quickly show you what we've got. Actually, I just had a sale come through. Alright, we're sitting on around 66,384, which is pretty good. We've got 9 items to go out. We've just got 6 people pending to pay. It's been brutal this week with people not paying. Some pretty cool stuff actually. We do have that big boom box going out as well. I'll show you that a little later. And then a couple of books. Jeans, pants. We do have a shirt going out for $77. I'll show you all this once we get cracking, but I'm just gonna shuffle a few things and then I'll show you what we got. All right, so we just got a bit of clothes going out. Some pretty cool stuff. Some of this has come from the Canberra deal actually. We do have this guy going out, which don't know how well you can see that. I'll have to put up a little thing up on screen. It's I forget his name. I've totally blanked. Mr. Rotten, I forget his name. Anyway, sold that one for like $77 overseas. Also sold, not usually selling kind of like tees and singlets, but this one went alright. And I'll also show you that one up on screen as well so you can have a look. I got some Under Armour trackies. We've got some G-Star cargo pants. They're going out for like $49. That's going for, this is the trademark. This went for $45. We've got this big beast of a thing going out for $209. I had a sale on this one and these guys are gone for $40, so good little variety of stuff. I'm going to start packing this up while I wait for the washing delivery to come, washing drop off to arrive. So let's get cracking. Alright folks, finished the post. It's just a reminder that for the international, using the My Post business tool, you log in there, sync across your orders, you fill out the form that's basic. It's not even a form, you just fill out a normal postage item as if you're doing it, and it will automatically fill in the international details for you. You do need to select what type of item it is, like to help generate the tariff code, and then it prints out something similar to like this. I can't show you because obviously it's got people's details on it. And then using these slips, I spoke about this just the other day, using these slips that you can pick up from Australia Post, they're free. You just basically fold one of these in half. Some of these have multiple slips that are required, but this one, these are going to America, so they only need the one. Basically, you peel it off, put it on there, and then make sure you seal that over the top, and you're good to go. That simple, guys. That simple. And if there is any VAT or IOSS tax codes, that's in the order details. So go to your order, check the order if it's international. If there's any VAT or tax or any of those kind of details, you do need to include that in the reference or maybe in the invoice number. I put it across all the different blank spaces to make sure that it's very, very clear that they have paid their tax. So that way when they get to the customs collection, they don't get double taxed. Okie dokie. The postage is all done. I've actually just had a phone call that I was just doing some personal stuff, and now I'm gonna have a quick snack, a muesli bar, and then we're gonna get into what we've got over here. So I think I just pressed something that shouldn't have happened, but anyway, hopefully this is working. We've got a camera, got a soccer ball, gonna do those things up here. Do a couple of things here as well. We do have a couple of other electronics there. And then really what I want to get into is really starting to push through this kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of hats here. I think there's some quick wins. I mean, they're not big bucks, but they're quick wins in terms of getting good listings. So I'm going to smash through those today. The other thing I have to do is I need to do a bit of a sort more of some stuff here as well, because some of this will be going to washing on Monday. So I need to make sure I've got that prepped. So if I don't do it today, I'll do that on Friday, which is tomorrow. I'm going to have a snack and then I'm going to get set up. All right, we're making some good progress. Just going to stop and have some lunch. I've still got some leftover pork. We had a roast pork the other day for my nephew's birthday, so really been enjoying the leftover meat. Avocado and cheese as well. So I'm going to have some lunch and then we're going to get cracking onto these hats. I haven't done a lot of hats. I mean, I've done a few high-end hats, but these, the idea would just to be give them a clean. I'll show you a bit of this later. Give them a bit of a clean, spice them up a bit, toughen them up. Some of them, if they need to go through the steamer, because you can reshape them, I probably won't be doing those today. I'll be literally be doing the ones that I can just push through. Ideally, if I can come out with 50 listings a day, because I think there's 200 hats there, that would be ideal. That would be absolutely ideal. So we'll see. I have a quick nibble. And then get into it. All right, so with these hats, I've got a whole bunch there, what I kind of do is, and look, sometimes you do need to use, I don't really have a good view here, hang on, maybe. Sometimes you do need to use the heat gun to make this, not the heat gun, the steamer to make this happen. But essentially, what I'm going to be doing is really just going through and getting off any fluff, excess fluff, just so it, because if you look here, like when I do this, you can see that it does get out some dust as well. It's just a quick one. Like if there's too much fluff, I'm not going to bother and I'll do that. I'll have to clean it in another way. But really just spicing it up and then kind of reshaping it here. The problem is when you do it this way, obviously when I take it off, it's going to hold it. But when I put it into storage, it's probably going to flatten out again like this. But the reality is I will put the statement that some of these may need to be reshaped. And most people that want these hats, they're going to reshape them to their head anyway. So that's when I'm going to get cracking on these. Let's go. Done 21 hats. Now, just to be frank, I wouldn't normally store the hats like this because they do get squished up. But because this lot has already been squished and I'm selling them to be reshaped, I'm not doing the reshaping process. I'm happy with it. The ones that I've already reshaped, the higher value ones that are like, I think I sold, the highest one was a Ralph Lauren Polo Golf one. That went for 109. That one was in a box, sitting in a box. These will be posted in a box, but it's just not storing them in a box because nothing's really changed. I was actually getting sleepy and dozing off, so I'm just taking a quick little break, just stretching, might go to the loo, and then I might actually have a little sticky beak of some of this stuff just to get the blood pumping. I do have to pick Carla up in about probably an hour and a half, so just being mindful of what I get done. I've done a total of 21 hats, and I've also done a total of all those goodies, which brings it to about 30 items for today so far. I'll do a few more, might have a little sticky beak over there, but I'm pretty happy with this. I need to stretch the legs. I'm so sleepy. Bit of a tired day actually. Alright, finished sorting these. There's just a whole bunch of True Religion, pretty cool stuff. Bit of everything in here, even some corduroy there was as well. Shorts, women's, men's. That's a mix of women's and men's. Not too bad. I don't usually get a lot of True Religion, but I've been trying to get more of it. I've been able to get a bit more access to it of recent, but definitely not in huge quantities. I actually found some in the thrift the other week, but yeah, there's not much here. I think there was only about 23 items, 24 items. That'll be interesting. I also have some other True Religion, but it's non-jeans. It's actually like jackets and shirts and stuff, which I've never seen. So probably won't see that today, but that is coming. Anyway, so just had a call from Carla. I've got an hour till I go pick her up. So I'm going to get this all done and then clean up all this, and then get out of here because it'll take a good 15 minutes to get there as well. So pretty good day. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I think I was a bit ambitious to say we'd get 50 of these done. There's quite a few here which are pretty squished off and whatnot, so really had to pick and choose, but it's good. I got a little bit of volume there. As I was talking about the other day, I'm wanting to change up some of the processes that I'm doing in terms of what, just gonna put you down here, in terms of what days I do things. I think the way I'm gonna do this going forward is Mondays will be postage admin. Tuesdays, I'm gonna get on the clothes myself, because that's when my photographer's not here. Wednesday, they will do the clothing and I'll do quick wins. Thursday, I'll be doing similar to this, clothing, or yeah, actually probably just clothing again, to be honest. And then Friday I'll do quick wins, because they're also, you know, on the Friday. So keeping in mind I do have to post usually every day that I'm here. I only have 3-day handling, but I've been posting daily because we've been here pretty much every day. I could change it up to maybe get a boost, but I don't think I would change that to daily until I'm at a warehouse. Because there is every so often where I'm a little bit behind or need to take the day off or whatever. And because I don't have staff here every day, it's just me, I have to do it that way. So, yeah, we got a total of 30 listings for today, which goes into the draft bank. I think I got 100 sitting there at the moment, which covers me for a good, oh, well, I'm doing about 25 per day. So yeah, a good 5 days in advance. But I am trying to get that backlog back up so we can start to increase to 30 again. I only had a couple of days worth of 30 listings this month. So hopefully by June, when we try this new process of what days I'm doing clothing, what days they're doing clothing, I think we should have a higher level of draft bank, and then I can guarantee to do 30 every day. If we're getting 30 every day, that means we get to 900 listings per month. At the moment, we're doing about 700. 200 uplift at the moment, 17% of the stuff that I list. I think it's 17%. I've got to show you this graph, because it really comes down to math. But when I list something, essentially, sell-through rate. Where is my graph? Give me a second. Here. Just see if I need to change this up so it makes it readable. Yep. Oh wow. Okay, I will double check this and make sure it's right, but I'll just talk you through what I'm seeing now. So on this screen, you probably can't really see it too well. I'll put the actual one on, so if I say something, a different number to what I'm reading off now, if you see something that's different to the number I'm reading here, it's because I got an updated sheet. But at the moment, within 7 days, 29% of the items that I list sell. So if I list something today, there is a 29% chance that it will be sold in 7 days. Then 10% of those items that would then sell within 2 weeks, 8% of those items then sell within 3 weeks, 7% of those sell within 4 weeks, 5% sell within 5 weeks, 4% within 6, 3% within 7. And then basically we worked out that by week 6, week 7, we're basically at 70% have sold. But what I'm saying is by adding an additional 200 listings, if I do, basically per month, that should add an additional, 10, well, jeepers. 20. Let's just be conservative. It'll be about another 50 to 60 sales per month. Now, at an ASP at the moment for this month, we ended up being, and it probably wouldn't be this just with pure clothing, of course, remember. ASP at the moment, we're sitting at $54 for May, which is insane. So let's say I got another 50 sales and an ASP of 50. Well, making sure we do math right here, 50 times 50 is $2,500 additional revenue. I'll take it. So, that's why it's important to do it, and that's just assuming everything's exactly the same. Really, ideally, I would like to do 30 clothing per day listed, and then do anything on top of that would be the phones, the electronics, all the other stuff. I mean, we've got good variety of stuff going up. Some of this is low end. lowest it is. We've got a camera over there. We've got some Ben 10 here. All those hats. The hats, the ASP is probably going to be around $30. So yeah. Anyway, just walking you through it, and very interesting. I'm excited. It motivates me when I get to. I guess why I'm thinking about all this is because one, I had the friction points, but things are becoming consistent again. And I don't like getting consistent because then I get complacent. So I have to keep the carrot in front of me. Otherwise, I kind of just get comfortable and I pull back and I get lazy. So by having the carrot in front of me, it pushes me to work a little bit harder and to move forward to where we're trying to go, which is ultimately warehouse, more staff, and some bigger deals and opportunities. So today's Thursday. It's nacho night tonight, only because we switched things up this week. Someone had to go out, and I'm going to have nachos after this. And Friday, we're back here to do it all again. I think I'll have Carla with me tomorrow too. So I'm going to pack this up and get out of here. Good morning, folks. It's Friday, and it's a very chilly morning, actually. It's very warm yesterday, and now it's really cold again. It's just, it's doing my head in. I hope you're doing well. So today, I don't really have my plan figured out, to be honest. First things first, we're going to go have breakfast at our favourite little watering hole. Brekkie burger and some, what do you get?
Eggs and toast.
Yeah, what's it called?
Eggs and toast.
No, Benedict. Is it Benedict? No.
It's Benedict. It's eggs on
Poached eggs. With some crank ski sausage. Anyway, you'll see that. Today's plans changed a little bit because my photographer's unwell, so won't be in today, which does mean I need to prioritize what's going to happen in the shop, because usually they're doing about 50 items for the day. So was going to do stock take today, was going to do consolidation today, was going to do some sorting of stuff. So I'm still figuring out what that plan looks like. I honestly don't know. There's a few things that I can give to Carla. She's going to help out, but at the same time need to make sure we're both being productive. So probably talk about that over breakfast. Yep. Anyway, so we'll keep it posted as we go. This is the reality of it. Things change and you got to adapt. So come along for Friday and see what we get up to. Ciao. Are you happy, babe? Look at that. All of that. Alright team, we're here. Just getting Carla set up. She's just doing something at the moment. But she's going to start on some listings. I'm actually going to be giving her all the stuff I've been putting off. There is a whole bunch of clothes that I'll get to today, but the first things first is I'm actually going to do pick, pack and post, get that happening, and then I'll focus on doing some clothing, and then probably after lunch, probably do a bunch of consolidation and stock take in here as well, as we are getting to the end of May, which means only one more month to really make any more business decisions for the financial year. So just being mindful of that. All right, we've got 9 items going out today. One big order of this, I won't show you that because it'll have their details, but one big order has, I think, 7 items in total, so that'll be a big package. And then we're on 66,512. So we're still keeping above 66. It's been like this roller coaster stuff. So I'm going to start to pull all the stuff out. I'll show you what we've got happening. I'm pretty sure it's just clothing and some phones. And then we'll get into it. So give me a second. Alright, so we've got a few things going out. We've got this nice little cold chisel going out. And it's gone for like $79. Not too bad at all, actually. Just some everyday fleece and shirts in here. This is the big bundle. Someone's purchased a couple pair of jeans, a whole bunch of different fleece and knits, which are pretty cool. I listed some of these just yesterday, actually. Then we've also got a phone going out. We've got the Fallen. That one went for $50.90. Got some Lego going out as well. And also, this one is also a phone. So, gonna get that all packed up. Shouldn't take too long. And then we'll get on the tools. Alright, team, postage is all done. I'm going to be getting back into the old gig. Doing a whole bunch of clothes today. So we're doing some sports stuff. Got a little vest as well. I'll probably then get into these knit sweaters, and then I've got more down here. We'll see how we go, and then we've got to time box it for amount, because then I've got to do the stock take and do the consolidation as well. So Carla's still going over there, and between the two of us we should get a good amount of photos and listings. Let's get cracking. It's been a while. It's been gotta see if I remember how to do this. Just like doing the warm-ups and the stretches and everything. Anyway, let's get cracking. Alright folks, I am done my batch. I think I've done 20, 25. I think Carla's probably done about 10 or so things as well, so that should cover us just to get us by. I'm going to quickly just get a couple more bags of washing ready, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7 bags, probably 2 or 3 more bags just for washing for Monday, and then we're going to kickstart on to getting into the stock take or consolidation. Probably, anyway, I've got to figure that out. We've only got about an hour and a half left, so just being mindful of time. Alright team, we've been doing stock take. Just did another whole big shelf row like this, and look at this, all this not listed. It's so bad. And this is a combination of either cancellations, returns. I know a lot of people have done this and they said that things fall off just because they get stagnant. And then the other reason is maybe they just never got listed. We might have photoed them and never got them through the process. And then I've pulled out a whole bunch that I've culled as well. This is all Calvin Klein. I'm basically just being very selective going forward, so starting to pull them out. Some of the newer stuff that I've got of Calvin Klein hasn't been too bad because they're bigger sizes, but if it's small sizes, it just doesn't work. So we're going to go spot check this, tally it up, make sure that you know, like that we haven't removed it by accident, and then we're nearly done. We'll be leaving here about 3 o'clock, so we're going to do that and get out of here. But the other stuff that wasn't listed was like shorts, there was Ralph Lauren shirts, there was Tommy H, there was other random stuff, but some of it could have been for a reason. Maybe it had staining and I just never listed it, or maybe I don't know. Last time when we did this, I did it with my photographer. We went through and actually had a look, and it turns out that certain things had different grading to it, which I wasn't happy with, which is why I didn't list it. But we've passed on that feedback so that the photographer has the ability to make the decision of whether they proceed with it or not. That way it doesn't go through the system and sit there. Anyway, I'm gonna get cracking on this. All right, so there was a total of 32 CK that I've removed. Again, just as I get closer to FY25, I will be changing some metrics again. I'm changing dramatically some of the how do I say this? Just the approach I'll take with certain things. So coming up with a better plan of how I manage low-end brands and how do I move forward with the higher stuff. My ASP at the moment is around $53, I think, and I want to keep it at that. Like, I really do want to keep it as high as possible, and CK is never going to get me there. So yeah, my current ASP is $53 for this year alone for 2024. The ASP is $49.79. So I want to keep it at that, obviously. But you know, I can't do that selling CK. Plus the CK doesn't move. So this is stuff back from, like, we pulled out stuff the other day that was, you know, down to the 1,000 SKUs. This is 3,000 SKUs. So up to the 4,000. So, you know, it's just sitting there. It's just wasted space. So got to find a way to move that. They will sell at the right price, like $15. But I don't really want them in the store. So I'm just figuring out different ways of doing that, and I'll be making some different decisions when I'm sorting clothing going forward out of the bales and things like that, of what brands I will be taking and what brands I'll be just either just not even putting into the metrics. It does mean that my average cost of good goes up a little bit, but I think at $53, if it means my cost of good goes up 50 cents or $1, it's not too bad, because it works out in the end. So yeah, and then the other stuff, it worked out that was 41 other things, which I haven't been through this here. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's shorts, there's shirts. I probably won't sort through that today. I haven't actually shared any of this with anyone, the stuff we did the other day either. So I know some people reached out to me last time when I spoke about this. I did speak to a few of you individually. I said probably the Calvin Klein isn't your kind of deal. The other stuff such as shirts and shorts, they are a lot of tees. They are low end, and I don't want to screw anyone over. I would like to get $5 a piece because that's what I've paid. So if you're seriously thinking about it, do let me know. Otherwise, no stress, and I'll find a different way to get rid of it. And just like that,
Ooh.
it was home time. Ciao. All right, let's dive into the lessons. So this week I have found myself in this state of pushing myself forward, and I tend to do this more and more, and I think I spoke about it in the video, is I tend to do this when I get comfortable, when I become complacent, when things become routine based. I like to chuck a carrot in front of me so I can chase it. I like to really continue to put myself in the position where I am moving forward and trying to grow. Now this becomes a bit of a catch-22. Though it forces me to grow, sometimes I neglect the things that I need to work on, or the things that I need to address, such as deaf piles, or not doing something that I've been putting off for a while. It's usually just deaf piles, or maybe I'm procrastinating in other areas, or working through, or figuring out how to solve a different problem, because this just works easy. Now, I got to do this anyway, like continue to push myself and continue to grow, but sometimes we have to be super careful with that, and I'm talking from experience here now, because sometimes we may bite off more than we can chew. And that's still becoming a bit of a balancing act, but definitely something that I've reflected on this week and realized, okay, I've got to be careful doing this. I also need to know that if I do this, I have to be willing to take on the consequences, or the action, or the outcomes that are required to, that presents with it, if that makes sense. One point I will say here is you can't really force growth. Even though that I'm forcing it upon myself to grow, the only way to enable growth is you got to go do the work, execute on it. Like if I force something in my hand or in my lap to then make me have to level up, I have to go do that work. So you have to be willing to do the work if you want to grow, if you want to level up. So definitely something that we can't just expect that you just, let's go buy more stock, and all of a sudden it solves all your problems. You got to then solve the problem of processing all that stock if it's more than what you normally do. So definitely something I'm just working through. There has been an interesting development this week, which kind of threw me off at the end of the week, which was price increases for Australia Post. I didn't talk about this during the week at all. I literally just found out this weekend, but that will increase from July 1st. And it looks like it's going to be roughly on average about 3% across the board. I do have a little table here that if you want to have a look, this looks like it's what I can gather from the standard pack and post. So that's your boxes, your padded mailers, and your just your standard satchels from small to extra large. They are increasing. Now, in doing so, I have immediately just gone ahead and I've just increased all my policies. For all my small, medium, large, and extra large policies, they've now all gone up. I was charging people to send something for $10.90. That covers the cost for the bag, it covers the cost for any supplies, and it covers the cost to actually post. I've now increased that by about 2 to 3% as well. Now it's about $11.20. So really just getting the gun on that. You gotta work through it. Like if I don't push my price up, then I have to take the hit, and I can't afford to continue to take 3% hits, 1 to 2 times a year from Australia Post. Neither can the customer, but the reality is everyone's going to feel it, so everyone's got to feel it. That's the way it is. How are you going to handle the price increase for Australia Post? Stuck around this long, I do have some details on the dollary dues for the week. In specific, it is 7 p.m. On Sunday night, at the time of me recording this video. It is week 176. We've done a total of 93 sales at this point in time, with around $5,000 and $5,044. With a profit, this is gross profit, of $2,445. ASP this week has been pretty good. We're sitting at about a $54 ASP, which is really, really great. So I think we'll land close to probably $5,100, $5,200 by the end of the evening. But that aside, look, if we jump over to May 2024, these numbers that I'm about to take you through may actually change just as the fees get finalized by eBay, usually within the 2 to 5 business days of the new month, so sometime this week coming. But the current numbers are really, really attractive. Like, it's really, really promising, and it's really, really encouraging to see that things are continuing to increase. I have actually put up on screen, you'll see it here. This is my KPI stack of all the things that I do track, and here are the eBay numbers as a screenshot, just for all those that are challenging that, oh, you're not even sharing your eBay numbers. The reason why there's a discrepancy between the two is because I also sell wholesale stuff. I sell things off eBay. So for the month of for the month of May, this is how much we have done. A total of $23,169.97 with a net profit of 16.3%, which is $3,736. Now, if you look at the eBay numbers, my total revenue was $22,693, just for you to see and understand that difference there. Interesting facts for this month is we had our highest ASP ever, which was $53.76, which is great. Average cost of good was around $9.59. Average cost to sell and average profit per item, still not quite there. We have increased the rebuy opportunity this month was 0.9. So basically we're getting back 90% of our investment. At a point there we were positive, but with some final wages and expenses that came through in the last couple of days of May, we have actually had to pay them out, which meant the profit has come down. I think we maxed out about 21% for net profit about a week ago. So look, it's still a bit of a challenge, but we're still progressing. And if you see here in this graph right here, where our revenue isn't necessarily increasing month on month. It has for a few months in a row, but this month it came back down. But our profit is continuing to average an increase each month, and that's net profit. So that's what we want. I know there's a lot of people that talk about profits, which of course profits is the most important part of a business because that's what I pay myself with. But at the same time, I'm growing, so I put a lot of money back into the business, and I take a lower, dollar to myself or a lower profit because I do want to continue to be bullish in growing the business. And I spoke a little about this during the vlog this week as well, and things I'm thinking about, things I'm trying to adapt to, and things I'm trying to solve. So really happy with this. What a month, right? What a month. It's been my best month yet in terms of those figures, which is encouraging. Still have a long way to go. Excited to see where we land for June. June's focus will be to continue to just clean up some of the dead stuff within the store, get rid of that before the end of the financial year so I can start the new financial year, FY25, with some strong numbers or just a strong foundation as well. Now, speaking of tax time, speaking of numbers and end of financial year, if you are looking for an accountant, I want to give a big shout out to Ethan Rushok. He is my accountant. He does wonders. He has saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars with, suggestions, ideas, and just different perspectives of how we go about, actually managing our tax at the end of the financial year. I have had a tax planning session with him. It's been great. If that sounds like something that you're interested in or you just want to have a chat with him, we do have a bit of a deal going that you can sign up and get a bit of a little goodie there for yourself. You can see this all on screen, all the details here in the description below as well. So that's this week. That's all I've got for you, folks. We do it all again. New month, new chance to try again. New month to start from zero. Scares the heck out of me. Hey, but we continue to do this. We continue to show up, and that's all you can do, and just do the best you possibly can. Appreciate you all. Any questions, comments, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.